My name is Debbie Newman. I've lived in Guntersville, Alabama since I was 15 years old. My relationship to Rick Nelson, I wish was closer, but he has been my hero since the Ozzie and Harriet show. I remember spending the night with a girlfriend, and that's all we did is listen to his records, all the ones we had, over and over. Poor Little Fool was our favorite song. But I know Elvis was around then, and he was wonderful, but Rick Nelson was more real. He was like approachable. And I guess being on the Ozzie and Harriet show where he was, just like normal people, but he was always, that look he always gave with his, just was gorgeous. But oh yeah, I watched probably every one of them when I was old enough to watch them. And I would loved when he would sing on them. And of course I followed him after the show was over. I thought his music was wonderful and his voice was great. Pat Upton, who had PJ's Alley here, and I knew Pat's two daughters very well. One was in my oldest daughter's class, and the other one went on beach trips with our families together, and thought so much of him. And of course his song was one of my absolute favorites. And we just heard, that way, so we got a ticket to come. And I remember coming, and oh my gosh, I couldn't believe he was here. Couldn't believe he was that close to me. And then the next day when we had a New Year's Eve party to go to, but my grandmother had had brain surgery that day, and I had been at the hospital all day and came into the party late, and that's all they were talking about. And I just broke down and cried. I couldn't believe it. Oh, I attended, and I thought I attended the not the very last one, but the next to the last one. But the more I've looked at pictures and things, I think we came to the last one. And we had a table right up front, and I remember him going to the side stage with Pat, and one of our city councilmen were there, and they introduced, and I thought, I wish I were a city council person so I could get that close to Ricky Nelson. But he gave a great concert that night. Nothing like that had ever happened to our small town before. It was just so special because here he is in Guntersville. Of course, we thought Pat Upton was pretty special too because he had a hit song, and we just thought, oh gosh, he's here in Guntersville. It was like seeing a movie star every time we saw him. But yeah, this was just, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. And he was just such a wonderful singer and so personable because I guess I'd grown up on TV with him. Or watching him. Well, that was, my grandmother had had brain surgery. She'd had to fall, and they had to relieve the pressure. So I'd been at the Huntsville hospital all day, and when I got to, several friends were having just to get together for New Year's Eve, and of course they all knew it, and I walked in and didn't know it, and I was just shocked that I'd just seen him, but so very thankful that I had gotten to see him. Oh, it was so solemn, and then we were thinking, we loved having him here, and of course, I guess you could say we kind of got on the map because he was coming. I think he will always be remembered because, especially with his garden party song, I never understood why he was upset that people only wanted to hear his old songs and see him the way he was, but that song made me realize that, he's not that 16-year-old boy on Ozzie and Harriet anymore. He's, he has more musical talent to do more music, and people a lot of times didn't want to hear that music. They wanted to only hear the old ones. So I think that song it seals his place in music.